Good morning. Target practice. Columbine families react to the release of a chilling videotape. Blood test, a simple new one, could tell if you're due for a heart attack.
You will die if you go over those falls, and it is hell on earth, I assure you.
And why did he do it? The Niagara Falls jumper explains today, Thursday, October 23rd, 2003.
From NBC News, this is Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And good morning. Welcome to Today on a Thursday morning. I'm Matt Lauer.
And I'm Katie Couric. Just 6 weeks after that Columbine tape was made, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold shot 12 students and a teacher to death at their school before they killed themselves.
And this morning we'll get reaction to that tape from one of their former friends, as well as the father of one of the victims of that shooting, who thinks, by the way, that the tape's release is a good thing. Plus, millionaire real estate heir Robert Durst took the stand in his own defense in his bizarre murder trial on Wednesday. We'll tell you what he had to say.
Then talk about bizarre. Liza Minnelli is now responding to charges of abuse by her estranged husband. We'll have the very latest on that story. Also, more of my interview this morning with the family of Elizabeth Smart, including Ed Smart's reaction when he saw his daughter for the first time in 9 long months.
And we've got some big names on tap this morning: Nicole Kidman, Bill Cosby, and Ed Harris, plus our final 2 superstar contestants. Tough to beat Casey and Jody from yesterday. Before we get to all that, let's swing over to the news desk and say good morning to Ann.
And good morning to you, Matt and Kate.
Coming up in our next half hour, Academy Award winner Nicole Kidman talks about her starring role opposite Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Plus, they're taking off into history. We're going to meet the winning bidder who forked over big bucks for 2 seats on the final flight of the Concorde, which takes place tomorrow. But first, your local news. And we're back at 7:30 on this Thursday morning. It is October the 23rd, but it feels like December out there this morning. We've got a great crowd, though, on this chilly day in the Northeast. And we're all listening to the Steve Miller Band's classic. We're honoring one big old jet airliner. These are the final days of the Concorde. The last flight of supersonic commercial air travel is set to take off tomorrow. And coming up, we're going to meet the people who ponied up a lot of money to get the last 2 seats for our charity auction. The estimated value was $25,000. Let's just say the winning bid went way above and beyond that.
That's a nice story, too. The people who got the tickets have a history of philanthropy. They seem like very nice people. So I'm looking forward to
and
talking to them.
a lovely connection with Mr. Rogers as
Absolutely.
well. Anyway, inside Studio 1A, I'm Katie Couric along with Matt Lauer. We're going to ask that couple why they did it, and we'll meet the pilot who will be at the controls.
All right. Also ahead, possibly the hottest actress in Hollywood right now. I'm talking about popularity-wise, Academy Award winner Nicole Kidman. She's following up her Oscar-winning performance in The Hours with a leading role in another movie based on a novel. It's called The Human Stain. The book was by Philip Roth. It co-stars another Oscar winner, Sir Anthony Hopkins, and it's billed as a moody romantic drama. I'm going to sit down with Nicole Kidman coming up in just a couple of minutes.
But first, Elizabeth Smart. Her family endured a nightmare that's hard to even... Okay, Al, thanks so much. Well, the Concorde will make its final flight from New York to London tomorrow, marking the end of supersonic commercial air travel, really the end of an era. 2 seats are awaiting the winning bidders of our charity auction, and the magic number was $60,300. The money will go to 4 different charities: the Fred Rogers Fund, the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, Reading is Fundamental, and UNICEF. David and Patty Hayes of Toledo, Ohio, won the auction in its closing seconds, and Mike Bannister will pilot the Concorde on its historic flight tomorrow. It's so great to have you all here. Good morning.
Good morning.
So nice to have you. Well, David, let me ask you. I think it's such a sweet story about what caught your ear when we mentioned this auction in the first place. Can you tell us?
Yeah, well, we tried to get seats on one of the last flights the week prior to the ending flight, and we couldn't do it. So we saw your show, and my wife brought it to my attention. I went online and went through all the process, and I thought, well, even the minimum bid was a lot of money. But then I saw the charities, and it's the charities are ones that my wife and I have donated to in the past, but Fred Rogers was a new one to me, and our kids grew up with Fred Rogers. He's a great person,
and you had met him, right, in Pennsylvania?
well, actually, a friend of mine stayed at his house. He was from Latrobe and did business with Fred in some form or fashion, and he actually sent all of our kids photographs, handwritten to each one of our signed photographs, and sent the Federal Express it to their house. So that had a warm spot in our heart.
You've always believed in giving back and doing some good. I should mention you both are extraordinarily philanthropic. The Hayes Center for the Arts is about to open or is under construction right now at Tiffin University, not far from you. So what was your thinking when you got involved in the bidding here? You said the minimum was already a high bid. So how high were you willing to go?
Well, I'll make it real fast. But we had saved a long time for a trip to Africa, because my wife had just retired from AT&T, and I just retired after 30 years with Midwest Stamping, an automotive company, and so in the savings was $61,000, and you had to put a maximum bid on eBay what you would bid. So I did that, but I never thought I'd have to go that high because I was the only bidder for a whole week. And I thought I was in Denver.
You thought you had in the bag, right?
I was in the bag. I was in Denver visiting Patty's mom.
But the last half hour got crazy.
It went nuts, and I'm looking at this, and I thought, oh, should I do it? Should I do it? And I thought, well, you only go around once, and I looked at the ticker. There's this other person bidding on it, and I hit limit. It came back with 10 seconds. I mean, the 10 seconds were remaining when I hit it. And it came back, you're the winner. And the other lady sent me an email and said that she couldn't get her fingers on it, and she was going to bid 65, which would have wiped us out.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Because we were not there.
Yeah.
You got in just very narrowly. Did you have bidder's remorse at all?
I'm sorry?
Did you have bidder's remorse at all?
Definitely not. No.
Because sometimes you bid
Not
all
at
those
all.
things, you're like,
Not at all. Not at all.
No, not at all. Other than the celebrity part of it.
Yeah.
because this has created quite a...
It's worldwide, and it's. I mean, I'm getting calls at 4:30 in the morning. It's nuts. It's.
Captain, you have something
I do.
for Mr. and Mrs. Hayes?
I think very well earned and very well bid for. Patty, ladies first. May I present you with your ticket tomorrow to come with us on British Airways Concorde to New York?
Thank
It'll be
you.
my great pleasure to be flying you.
Thank you.
And for you, David?
Oh,
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
How do you
Thanks
feel,
so much.
Mike, about this being the end of an era? How long have you been piloting the Concorde?
I've been flying Concorde since 1977. And,
Oh, my gosh.
There'll be a tinge of sadness tomorrow, but it's the right decision at the right time for the right reasons. And what we've been determined to do in British Airways for the last few months and weeks and days is to make it a celebration. And that's the idea tomorrow, to make it a celebration of 27 years of successful Concorde operations. And judging by the looks of expectation on our passengers' faces, and talking to David and Patty this morning, I'm sure it's going to be a great.
And you guys have a lot of fun things planned, right? There's a special reception for
Well, we can't wait tonight. They said VIP
Tonight's.
companions were going to travel with us. We thought it was you and Matt.
We did.
So my kids are freaking out. They said, get pictures, get autographs.
There'll be all kinds of stars on that plane tomorrow.
And you know what? It's a top secret because I tried to find out. There's
Really?
some rumors going around.
yeah.
Like
Do you know, Mike?
I do know, but of course one of the things we offer in British Airways is discretion, so I can't tell you.
He would not tell us.
You know what? I'll know tonight. And you can call my cell.
All right, good deal. Have a great trip. And most importantly, thanks for your contribution to some great charities.
Yeah,
We
really.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you for being so generous. Our producer said this is such a heartening story because it shows how people really can give back.
The money's gone to the right people, and it's 100%. I don't know if that was mentioned. It's gone to charity.
Yeah. And Mike, you have a safe flight.
Oh, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you
Nice
for
of
having
But
us.
before we leave, I have to tell you that the city of Tula went nuts. And they did a local segment there and in the papers and so
They're
forth.
so
the
excited.
mayor was kind enough to come over to the house and gave you some souvenirs from the world famous Toledo Mud Hens.
Great minor league team.
Here's a hat
I love
from
the
Toledo
Mud
Country
Hens.
Club, one of the
They're
oldest
great.
country clubs in
Thank
America.
you very much.
And these are for you from a friend of ours, Mr. Sterling. That's yours.
Wow.
You couldn't go on the Concorde, so there's a
Wow.
new
That's
Fendi
very nice.
ink
Seriously?
watch.
That's so much.
How about a couple of scales? Don't we have some Toledo scales?
No, I don't have Toledo scales, but this goblet. Here's a goblet from the mayor.
Thank you.
And
This is
Toledo
so
is known
nice.
for the glass capital of the world.
And our
So
mayor
there you
is
go.
Jack Ford, and he is so excited
And
that
he wants you to
allowed us
come,
be
you and
here.
Katie, come
to
anytime you
Toledo.
want. He's got the keys for the city waiting for you.
Oh, that's
and
great.
I'll take you golfing at Little Country Club.
Tell him to send the Concorde. We'll be there.
And we'll go shopping. Anyway, nice to see you both. Mike Bannister, thanks so much
Thank
for
you very
coming
much
by.
indeed.
And
It's
David
been
and
great
Patty
to be here.
Hayes. Congratulations and thanks
Thank you
again.
very much.
If you'd like to learn more about the charities benefiting from this Concorde auction, you can head to our website at today.msnbc.com. And still to come this morning on Today, Father Knows Best. Bill Cosby is weighing in on his lifelong love affair with food and the health damage he says it caused. Our Concorde winners, the Hayes, made a familial faux pas. Want to correct that?
Yes, we do. Real quick, I just wanted to say bon voyage to all of our wonderful kids, our grandchildren, all of our family and friends, and you know who you are.
We love you.
Okay, they won't be mad anymore. Still to come, the superstar finalists after your local news.
And on a much lighter note, ahead in today's travel, how the airlines are trying to woo people back to the skies. Woo woo! We'll give new luxury airline seats a test run. Woohoo! Thank you, Homer.
You hope the guy sitting behind you doesn't do that for the whole flight.
Woo woo!
But first, let's get a check of the news headlines of the morning. For that, we swing over to the news desk and say good morning again to Ann.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt, Katie, Nell. Good morning once again to all of you.
And this morning on today's travel, snoozing while cruising. Airlines are trying to pick up high-paying passengers by offering some new options for the ride. Well, Peter Greenberg is Today travel editor. Peter, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Al.
This is a great job.
You like this. You stay right where you are.
That's right. Why are these airlines doing this all of a sudden?
Well, you know, with the Concorde going out of business, there's a big battle now for the business class traveler, and a lot of airlines are actually getting rid of their first class sections because people aren't affording that anymore. They go for the mid class section. So the planes aren't flying any shorter. They got to still make it more comfortable.
So these would be basically business class seats.
These are business class seats. What you're sitting on now is from Northwest Airlines. They're installing these on their new A330 aircraft that'll be flying from Detroit to Amsterdam. They're putting on those 4 planes, and then later this year they reconfigure their 747-400s. These actually recline to about 176 degrees. And what's really cool about this, not only do you actually lie, you don't lie totally flat, as you can see in that demonstration there, but it's a much better deal than their current seats. Plus, the other thing I like, if you're a crazy business traveler, you got the AC plugs down here, so you can actually
do some work.
Absolutely, you don't have to hit those little stupid ports. Yeah.
What are these costing for the airlines to buy these?
On an average, about $30,000 per seat to install. So that's 60,
this is 60 grand right here.
That's right.
Wow,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
And what's this we have?
Well, British Airways actually was a pioneer in doing the flat beds. And believe it or not, this extends an entire 6 feet. If you come over here, I'll show you this. That stool folds down. If you fold down that stool, put the tray table
This
back.
one?
Yep. Comes right down there. It goes back a full 6 feet. But what's great about this is it's forward and rear facing. So if you're on a flight with somebody you don't like,
yeah,
that's what happens, you know?
And then in the middle of the night, they're like this, and you can just go, hello!
Lady!
Nice to see
Thank you very much. I knew that would happen. Anyway, once again, they're on all their flights. And you notice that they face forward and rear, which means that the people who are facing rear on the plane actually sleep facing forward. It's not a bad deal.
Okay.
Now, Singapore Airlines, this is going to start in February. This is their new seat on their business class section going to Singapore on their new A340-500s. Now, what's amazing about this, let me just do this for you.
Okay.
Takes about 15 seconds to cycle. These are 27 inches across, so you have a little bit more room to sleep.
Right.
They don't recline all the way, but they're pretty flat. Not bad?
That's not bad.
No.
Plus, they also do a lot of gourmet cooking and stuff on their
Yes,
flight,
they do. But the real key about this is in February, they start the longest flight nonstop in the world. These will be on that flight 18.5 hours from Los Angeles to Singapore. So, good night.
18. Now, are these things actually that comfortable that you could get a good night's sleep on them?
You can, because a lot of these airlines, Singapore's one, they'll give you the duvet, the blanket, the pillow. You're cuddled up in there.
Do you get to keep the duvet?
I'll ask him after this. Come on, get up.
I can't get up. I've reclined and I can't get up.
There, that was graceful.
Whoa, hey, careful.
And
Hold on, I'm going to have
try that again.
Yeah,
no. Okay.
Luckily, it's non-smoking now.
Last but not least, these are the suites from Virgin. They'll be installed on their 747s a little bit later this year. And what's great about this, here's one that's already made up. There's your duvet and the pillows and the blankets.
Sneakers,
and everything.
slippers.
Little slippers. But watch this. Stand back 1 second.
Okay.
This is how it operates. I'm going to push this button here. I think it's going to work. Here we go. Watch. It flips over completely.
Wow.
If you can get that shot.
Well, you're blocking it, but don't
Thank
worry.
you. You're helping me out a lot today.
I'm trying.
I know. And then they make the bed. That's the
Oh,
duvet
I
right
see.
there.
So, 'cause-
and you notice the curves. You actually sleep in ways that you normally would sleep.
And this would be the configuration like this?
That's right.
And look at this booty you get here. I mean,
Yeah, I
this
know.
is nice. You get a sleep suit.
Isn't that soft?
Hold on, let's take a look.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
You like that?
I can see
We
you
know what's
wearing
leaving the
this.
studio now. Okay.
Look at that. Oh, very nice.
Now, Qantas is doing these. I mean, every airline right now that wants to be competitive has to do it because the battle is being fought in the business class section.
Now, these are intercontinental flights. Do you ever think we will see these like in, say, New York to LA, anything like that?
I doubt it because the flights are only 6 hours long. There's no return for the airline in that situation. Although Continental and Delta have both done a pretty good job in going to two-class service in their business class section.
Is this working? Is this so far from what the airlines are saying? Is it attracting more business for them?
Oh, it will, because remember, corporations don't want to spend the money for a first-class seat. If you're going to fly business class, where would you rather fly, sitting straight up or lying down?
Cost difference in tickets, business versus first, generally.
About $2,000 to $3,000 on transatlantic and about $1,500 to $2,000 on transpacific.
All right, Peter Greenberg, good advice. I always like your laying down on the job. Very nice. Still to come, it's National Pizza Month. Yeah! I'll tell you what a slice says about your life. We're back right after these messages. Thanks so much.